You know, I'm craving some Filipino dessert. One of my favorites, which I called it, or we called it, mango graham float. In America, they call it graham. I don't know why. But when you see graham, right first, I have, what do you call this? Cream?
Yep,
Nestle
Nestle
cream?
creme.
Cream.
Yep.
Make sure it's chilled. Chilled. Oh, chilled. Hi. I don't know,
Hello?
live.
Yeah.
There we go. This one, I'm using 2 cans. Ready, ready. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Oops. So I'll get to watery. And condensed milk. Mix it there.
David just came to the room. Thanks for joining us.
Hello.
We appreciate you. We're just making some food. Mama Mina is making a mango graham float right now.
Graham.
In Philippines, they say graham. Here we just say graham.
Same, yeah.
So come on in and say hi.
Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Let us know where y'all are.
We have
So-
juice.
So Mama Mina's going to make the mango graham float. I'm making a pot of chili, and then I'm going to make some peach cobbler.
It's so watery still.
All right, my love. So for the mango graham float, what did you use? You used 1 can of Nestle
No, I
cream,
used 2 cans.
2 cans of
Nestle cream,
chilled Nestle cream,
and a can of
1 can of sweetened condensed milk.
But I'm gonna taste it. Maybe I'm gonna put more.
Okay. Here's your tasting spoon, or that.
Gonna put a little bit, maybe half. A half can.
Okay. I'm going to peel my peaches if I can
Peaches.
with my screwdriver knife.
It's good. It's not. It's not watery.
Is it?
Well, this is my style. It's okay.
Yeah.
Before we eat.
So there's all the mango. There's mango seeds. Here's the peaches for the peach cobbler. Yummy?
Mhm.
Good.
Now, we're gonna start piling it up.
So for this, you're going to use whole graham crackers
And the crush, some crush.
and a little bit of crushed graham powder.
So watery.
It'll thicken up once you chill it.
I did.
So I'm going to steal your camera. Just give me 1 second. Show them the chili. So for the chili, I'm going to use 1 pound of steak tips. 1 large can. This is, just made a mess. Looks like 29 ounces. Diced tomatoes. I got 2 cans of kidney beans, 1 can of tomato sauce, and 1 can of corn. Mama Mia loves her chili with corn in it. And then I'm going to add some chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, a little bit of Old Bay, salt, and pepper. Now the seasoning, you just do the seasoning taste. I mean, everybody has their own recipe for chili, but Mama Mina likes this one, so happy wife, happy life. Mama Mina gets what she wants, always.
I should do this. Happy wife, happy wife. Happy life, happy life. Happy life, happy life. And the mango. This one. Mango. Good. Generous mango. Malinis kamay ko ah. I wash my hands. Can you open my
Yeah.
please?
So what did you already put in there?
I put a little bit of
A
this.
little bit of your Nestle cream and sweetened condensed. And how much sweetened condensed did you end up using? One and a third?
1/4? No, not half. Like you don't have.
Okay. All right. So you put some cream in the bottom, and then you put some mango.
No, this one first.
A gram,
Gram, and then mango,
and then gram.
and then gram, and then sauce.
Okay. All right.
Just like that. Layer.
All right, everyone, so the chili is cooking, and I used one 15 1/4 ounce can of whole kernel sweet corn. I used two 15-ounce cans of kidney beans. One 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. And one 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes.
This is just my style, okay? Don't criticize me, please. This is my style. My style, my food, my food. Mainit. You have viewers?
Well, they're coming in now. All right, so the chili is on. Anybody else in here with us?
On.
Y'all want to come say hi?
It's the bunny. The bunny.
Well, tell everybody what you're doing.
Huh?
Tell everybody what you're doing.
A great home. Great home.
Tell them
Just
what
layering.
and how are you, Larry?
Already said that. Wala nang mango.
Uh-oh.
I have here.
Do you? Oh, you're holding out on me, huh?
Huh?
Holding out on me, huh?
What
I said holding out on me, huh?
does that mean?
Hiding it from me. Because you knew I'd want to eat it.
Eat later.
Yeah.
Mm. You have to chill it first. Hello mga amiga! Nasaan kayo? Gawa tayo dessert.
So, Mama Mina saying hi to everybody. and that she is making a dessert. This is a mango graham float.
Hello. It's made of
It's got yellow mango. Yeah,
yellow
with
mango.
Mama Mina being from the Philippines and me living in the Philippines as long as I did,
Yeah.
we're kind of partial to the yellow and green mango. We don't really care too much for the apple mango.
Yeah.
It's just not nearly as sweet as the yellow.
It's
So this is a dessert that they make down there. It's rather inexpensive, especially down in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I mean, you could probably make this whole thing for less than $5 in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, here, let's see, how much were the mangoes?
It's 6 something. Almost
$6 and change at Costmore. You know, that place is supposed to be like bulk food with cheaper prices.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really the only place we can find a yellow mango that's good. So, and sometimes it's worth it.
Yeah. Because we miss the food.
Yeah.
There's a kind of dessert. It can be snacks too.
My love, I might need your help with these peaches.
You let me finish this first.
Okay. And I've got the chili done. I'm going to make this video public so everybody can look, see what the recipes are for everything. But this mango graham actually just gets chilled. It's a nice, really, really good summertime treat to have. You put it in the fridge, you know, on hot days. I mean, since it's been like Africa hot here in the South lately. So what's everybody doing today? What's on everybody's mind? Come on in, say hi.
Say ha.
Ha ha ha. Because I was high. Because I said hi. Because I said hi.
Using all the 6 mango.
Yeah, my love, if you'll take this over, I've got to go to the restroom. And then I'll get up.
This, I'm gonna help you there after this.
Yeah, and then while you're peeling these, because I'm you know with my blind ass, I feel like I'm gonna
The blind ass.
my blind ass. I feel like I'm gonna cut my damn fingers off trying to peel these peaches.
Leave it there.
And they're nice and ripe. They're really good, sweet.
We should make peach mango pie
Oh,
tomorrow.
you know what? I'm about to go get more peaches too because peach season is just about out over here in Georgia.
I can make the peach mango pie like the Jollibee style.
Yeah.
Everybody sleeping?
Nobody want to say hi?
Ha.
Because you said hi.
I think one more layer. Because I have one more mango.
Okay. Damn, even these pits are hard to get out. So we actually went about a week ago and got these peaches from our local farmers market. So they're really good. They're really sweet. You want to taste one, my love? Here, have a little piece.
No, we can make peach mango pie.
Uh-oh.
One more layer? One more layer? Okay.
Yeah, if you
Can you
can.
give me one more box, please?
One more pack of graham. Where are they?
It's
In the pantry?
In your panty.
What?
In your panty.
Don't tell everybody our secrets. They're yours anyway.
in your panty. Build it up, build it up.
I just went into our boarder's room and asked him what he was doing. I'm just playing a game real quick. Been home how long now? 2 hours? Just playing a really quick game?
All borders.
Oh, yep. Yep. You know the one.
The borders. This is all right. Ay. Smell good.
So with the chili that I made, you're gonna say, man, that's a lot of tomatoes in there. Well, again, happy wife, happy life. Mama Mina gets what she wants. That's why she gets so many tomatoes, and that's why she gets corn in the chili. That's the way she likes it. So I made it for her that way one time, and she loved it. So that's the way it gets done for her. And I'm old-fashioned. You know, when we were kids, as poor as we were, we would have a small batch of chili, and to make it filling, we would have it served on top of bread, have an open-faced sandwich. I still actually like to do that, so I'll probably make some toast and have open-faced chili sandwiches for dinner tonight. How about y'all? What are y'all having for dinner tonight? Smash that like button for us and do us a favor. Go ahead and subscribe. We're less than 150 away from 1,000 subscribers. We'd really appreciate if y'all would help us get to 1,000.
Please give us 1,000 subscriber. Hi. Sweet.
So what Mom Mina just bit into was the seed of the mango. And let me tell you, we don't waste anything. She will eat as much mango off of those seeds as she can. And so will our son. Oh, dang. Yeah, you know what? It's so crazy you say that, Quantum. Hey, good to see you, by the way. The other day when we were in with Old Man, he had talked that he had made some ribs. Just so happened that night, I also made ribs. So tonight we're having chili. Tomorrow night I'm actually making spaghetti. Now, me personally, I prefer Mama Mina's Filipino spaghetti. It's made with a sweet chili sauce. It's got hot dogs in it, corned beef, liver spread, banana ketchup, and it's just really yummy. I really enjoy it. She prefers my Italian spaghetti, the way I make that. So we alternate to where I make my spaghetti like 3 times before she makes me my Filipino spaghetti. Now, Quantum, how do you like your spaghetti? Because like with mine, I'll make some traditional Italian meatballs with veal, pork, and beef. And then I'll also take and throw some ground sausage in with the sauce. Come on, everybody. Don't be shy. Come on, say hi.
Hello, everybody. Everybody.
Spicy sausage and hamburger generally. Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Mama Mina, you know, she likes a little spicy, but she can't handle like really spicy. So I just use the regular Italian sausage for her. If it's just something that I'm making for me, I'll use the spicy stuff. I'll even throw some Tabasco in with the sauce. What's that?
Why you? Why always me?
Why not mean?
Why me?
Why you? What do you mean, why you?
Because of me.
Happy wife, happy life, baby.
Too much bread. I'm just gonna
Yep.
don't waste.
So y'all can see just how thick this mango graham dessert is. And this will last us probably maybe 3 or 4 days between the three of us.
Are you sure?
Pardon me. No, not really.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Okay. And then that's it. Not so pretty, not neat. Kasi in the mouth there. And chili.
Chanterelles, what are those, Quantum?
What?
I know I'm probably not even pronouncing it right.
Papaya. Papaya. High fiber.
Yeah, so let me tell you about this papaya. We went to Wally World today because I need to get a few things for the chili tonight, and we saw they had the papaya. Now the price tag said $1.17 each. Now Mama Mina, I call her Eagle Eye. So, oh, they're mushrooms. Oh, nice. I'm gonna have to look those up because Mama Mina loves mushrooms. I'm not much for the fungus. But anyway, the price tag on the papaya was $1.17 each. That's exactly what the price tag said. So we go to the register to pay. As we're leaving, actually, while she's ringing stuff up, Mama Mina was like, $4.50 for the papaya. She said, no, the price was each, not pound. So she went and took a picture of it. I went up to customer service after she came back. And I showed him the receipt. And the guy working customer service was like, okay, $1.17 unit price. I'm like, yeah, $1.17 each. He goes, okay. And he starts doing stuff on the register. Then he says to me, well, it's in the system as per pound, so it'll be $1.17 per pound. I'm like, no. The tag clearly is labeled $1.17 each, not per pound. He's like, but it's only, and this is how this generation is. He's like, but it's only done in weight. I'm like, then you need to figure out what the weight's going to be, how much you charge per weight to get to $1.17, because that's all we're paying for that papaya. He's like, oh, how do I do that? So I got out my calculator on my phone, and I figured it out for him. But this younger generation is so screwed because they have no idea. So now Mom is peeling the peaches for me, because the first one I did, I actually was butchering.
That's it.
Yeah, I did.
You're good. You're doing good.
Now look at it. Looks like a beat up rock. All right, my love, give me a few minutes. I want to go to the restroom.
Yeah. Wait. Camera is facing to me, but that's not the restroom. Hi.
What?
It's a restroom.
Yeah.
I'm going in the door. Hello. Hello, hello. I don't know. Bakit anak?
Saan ba po yung phone ko?
Ano? Abay, tingnan mo yung mga message. Ikaw magsagot.
Ay, hindi ko alam.
Ano sabi?
Somebody said peaches are wonderful this time of year.
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna try to make the famous in Filipino, what do you call that, anak? In Jollibee? Fast food chain. We make peach mango pie. It's really good. Sagutin mo yung ano. Take over mo.
Right? Mm-mm.
Mm. Sige na. Ano ba ito?
Mm-mm.
Si Daddy Dilot siya.
Your quantum reality said, if I have a lot of peaches to peel, I scald them with some hot water.
Really?
Like tomatoes, you know how you
Oh.
cut them in and you
Ano? Ibababad sa mainit?
Apo. Too late now.
Bakit? Hindi pa. Tugasan ito. Dahil mainit pa. Iharap mo sa'yo. Para ako sa akin ka.
No.
Iharap dito ha. Magulo yung kusina. Dami pa.
Okay.
Hot water? Oh, actually it's not much. Where you going? Sorry guys, wait lang. Okay, sige. Ito na nga lang ako. Pure content. Hello, Quantum. How can I do this? Oh, here. It's too high. Hello. Dito ka, babalat ako. Bakit ako? Dito ka. Apo ako ulit doon. Ang ginagawa ni Dad. Sabi niya mag-iinit lang siya. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm shy. Say something, Mark. Come on. Come on. Huwag kang gumaya sa akin. Mahiyain.
Your quantum reality said just drop them in some boiling water for about 5 seconds.
Boiling water?
Mm-mm.
But I'm enjoying it. It's okay. Thank you. I said put in a boiling water for
Yeah,
the fun.
and then put them in ice to shock them.
Oh.
All right, let me get all of the rest of the ingredients ready.
Late naman yung ano. What you making? Cobbler?
Each cobbler.
Oh. Ako nito. Come on. You're not really talking.
All right, so for the peach cobbler, I'm going to use half cup butter, about 4 cups of peaches, maybe a little more, 2 tablespoons white sugar, 1 cup all-purpose flour, then 1 cup white sugar, half cup milk, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We use the Great Celtic salt, so I'll probably put a little more salt
Wait,
in there
it's
than
not-
that.
It's not that salty.
No.
How many cobbler you need?
4 cups
4
of
cups?
peaches. Yeah. I gotta
do you-
slice them.
Do you want me to slice how?
Just slice them.
Do you have to remove this?
No.
It's hard.
Then remove it if you want.
It's hard.
We need to get more butter, Mama Mina.
Yes, sir.
So what y'all want to talk about? Come on, say hi. I know there's more than just quantum in here.
Quantum is there.
Yeah. Let's get some conversation going.
Mushroom, the mushroom that sprout at the backyard.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have to look that up, see if we can find some. Yeah, man, God loves some peach cobbler. Yeah, and since we're here in Georgia, we get those fresh Georgia pizzas at the farmer's market.
yes. Yummy. We have peach. We have peach at the back.
Yeah, we have a peach tree in the backyard, but unfortunately,
Deer got it before we got.
yep. Chili's looking good, Nina.
How many corn you put?
I mean, what?
Corn.
One can. Anybody want more? Where is the small saucepan?
At the top.
Make that butter. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know if you saw Quantum. We did a video on pickles. Man, I'll tell you what, they were the best pickles I've ever made. Really simple, easy recipe. I mean, we still got some left. And we made them, what, a week and a half ago, Maha? Week and a half ago we made the pickles?
Just a week.
Week and a half. Something like that, yeah. They're still nice and crispy, still so delicious.
Why face it to me the camera? Face it to you now.
Okay. Even though everybody wants to see you, I bet you the number of viewers goes down once I switch it.
Wait, how many views you have? 6?
Oh, we were not yet. Look, I switched and it goes down to 6.
Grabe.
It did. It did. So, what's everybody think about what's happening with like this Epstein list and all that stuff? Because I'll tell you how I feel about it. Me personally, I don't care. I'm tired of hearing about it. Until I start seeing people get arrested and people get convicted, prosecuted, held accountable, all that, I don't want to hear it anymore. I'm tired of it. You know, all these people interfering with ICE and everything, until you start arresting these rioters, I don't want to hear about it anymore. Just do your damn jobs. You say that people are going to start to be held accountable, but no one's being held accountable. You know, I'm tired of it. I like some of the stuff that is happening for us right now, but I just don't like the lack of accountability yet. There's been none. No one's been arrested. They bring in these ass clowns from the last administration. They ask them questions. They all take the fifth, and still no one's being held accountable. You talk about how these pardons may not be legitimate because they were auto pens. Oh, I don't want to hear about it anymore. Just do something about it. Start holding people accountable. I mean, my goodness, it's not that freaking difficult. As easy it was for them to try and do stuff to Trump, why is it so hard for this administration to hold people accountable? What are they afraid of? What are they hiding? Just do it. Epstein list comes out. If you're on it, you're on it. Oh well. People want to think differently of you, yeah, but my goodness, enough. The people want to know. Exactly. Fire up that wood chipper. Put them through it. It's discouraging to me that they're all still talking about this stuff, and no one's being held accountable at all. Go check on the butter. Butter. That's loud.
You should put the ano there.
What?
You can see to see the the comment.
Oh, I can see him here. You saw the left complaining about how grocery prices aren't coming down, gas prices aren't coming down. And I'll tell you, even though Trump had said we're going to see a drastic drop in gas prices Memorial Day weekend, I don't know about y'all. We didn't see it. In fact, at our gas station that we go to, we go there because it's the cheapest. Okay. The price hasn't dropped in like 3 weeks, Maha.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, a month, 3 weeks. It's crazy. No change in gas price whatsoever in 3 weeks to a month. Now, I'll tell you, that's one of the reasons why I left my last job. Okay. A lot of people don't understand it, but the gas prices in your area should all be the same. If you're going to a gas station across the street from somebody, say one place has it at 275, and then across the street they have it at 290. If you're still going to the place that has it at 290, you're a fool, because guess what? They're getting it from the same pipeline, the same exact pipeline. There's no difference in gas price. It's the same pipeline. Now, I can tell you that during the great scamdemic of 2020, 2021, all these grocery stores have the fuel rewards program. Okay. Now, what they do is they'll jack the price up of the gas like 30 cents to cover the fuel rewards. So you're really not getting a deal, especially, I mean, if you get 10 cents off a gallon, they're still making 20 cents more a gallon because they're upcharging at 30 cents. Okay, that's what they do. I worked front end at a grocery store. I saw the gas prices that came in every day, and then I saw what we charge for that gas. Now, what drives our groceries across America? Diesel, right? During the great scamdemic, they were charging sometimes $1, more than $1 per gallon for diesel. Why? Because they knew they were going to make money moving all the groceries because of the supposed food shortage. Okay. Now, I did see some stuff that was short, but I also believe some of that was held back by the companies for more money. I saw One night, I saw the price of beef jerky we used to buy it before we started making it. Saw a big bag of jerky. You don't have to measure it, my love. Okay?
Slice like
Yeah,
this.
just slice, yeah. That was $12. Now, when it went on sale, it was $10. The very next day, not even 24 hours later, that jerky went from $12 a bag to now it's $17 a bag overnight.
Overlooked. The thing
Oh,
is, you
exactly, Quantum. You know, with the deficit being the way it is, people have no idea.
like this.
You know, I, yeah. No, lengthwise. Try to do it lengthwise. It'll be easier for you.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Egg prices have dropped. I really haven't seen any of the other grocery prices drop. And to be honest with you, Quantum, that's one of the reasons why we do a lot of our own processing here. I mean, the Spam that Mom and Nina makes is much better than what you get in the can. Now, we do have both. We do still buy some Spam, and we still have the Spam that we can't. And the Spam we can't is delicious, and we know what's in it. But do we have enough of the canned Spam? So we still buy some from time to time. And if we're in a hurry, we'll whip a can of that Spam out. Especially if Mom and Mina will make our son the Spam sushi rolls. I don't know if you've ever seen those. And it's just easier for her to use that because of the length of the Spam and the way it's cut. Ours is just round because it's in the pint jars. Alright, butter is all melted. So I got a half cup of butter for my peach cobbler. I'm going to put it in my baking dish. So, we try to do as much as we can. We make our own sausage. There's a Filipino sausage called longanisa. And Mama Mina will make that. And let me tell you, I really like that. She makes one that's kind of sweet, and then she makes one that's savory. I like them both. I prefer the sweeter one, but I've always had a really bad sweet tooth ever since I worked in the bakery. So we try to do a lot of our own stuff, but seeing how the grocery stores took advantage of their customers, that's when me and Mom Mina finally realized, you know what, we need to stop lining someone else's pockets with money when they really don't care about the people that work there. You know, when the scamdemic started, we actually started working there right before that happened. So we weren't wearing masks. They didn't require anybody to wear masks until it was already past its peak. Then they mandated masks. Then they came out with the vaccine, and they started to incentivize the vaccine. You know, if you're part-time and you get the vaccine, we'll give you 4 hours free pay. If you're full-time, we'll give you 8 hours free pay. So some people got anywhere like $40, maybe $50 if they were part-time. And then the full-timers got anywhere from $80 to $100, depending on how much they got paid per hour. And like fools, those suckers marched right on up there and they got that vaccine. And to me, that was just nuts. Okay? We were there the whole time. We never caught it. We never got the jab. We never got any of it. But it showed us that they really don't care. So once we decided we're going to stop lining someone else's pockets with money, we said we're going to retire. Living on my pensions, we were able to do that. Is it tight sometimes? Sure. Depends on what's going on. I mean, right now we need to get a new roof. We just replaced the washer. The dryer needs to be replaced. So, you know, things get tight from time to time, but we're okay. You know? But if people understood just how much the grocery stores took advantage of the customers, especially during the scamdemic, I think people would be outraged. And then starting to do research once I learned about BlackRock, State Street, and Vanguard, I really started to see just why they were taking advantage. If you look at those companies, like if there's a grocery store you go to, and it's a big one, like one of the big chains, and you do a search for that company and BlackRock, or that company and Vanguard, or that company and State Street, you will actually see somehow, some way, they are involved. Exactly. You know, it's nuts. There's no reason for stuff like that. And to me, it was all about controlling the population. That's all it was, Colin. You know, you look at what these people did and how they took control of the entire population. I mean, geez, we still drive around and we still see people driving by themselves wearing those damn masks. Why? You know, it's just insane.
Just putting it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, just pop them in there. Doesn't have to be neat because we're going to put sugar on there and then mix it up. Okay.
More. I want to put more.
You know, I think like the grocery stores,
What?
yeah, you can do more. More, definitely more. The grocery stores wouldn't do the mandate because they knew that if they did, people were going to leave. I mean, where I worked, there was probably half the store that said if they make it a mandate, they're quitting. And the store manager found out about that, and he started talking to corporate, said they didn't mandate it. You know, so that's why grocery stores didn't have that problem. You know, a lot of places where the people said they were going to quit, they didn't mandate it. You know, so the whole thing was just nothing but a big scam. And like I said, seeing the way that the grocery store companies took advantage of the consumer, especially with the price of diesel. I mean, charging $1, I would get into arguments with the store manager saying this ain't right. You've got people out there right now struggling, and you're charging $1 to $1.50 more per gallon for diesel that drives and moves our groceries so that we can actually supply it to the people. And this is what you're doing to people? I said, this ain't right. He's like, well, that's what we were told to do. That don't matter. It doesn't make it right. You know, it's just, and that's why we left. And now we've been retired since, for over 2 years, we've been retired. And they still want us to go back. That's not going to happen. Exactly. There's no reason to, you know. There's other, like, we like with our extracts that we make, a lot of stuff that we make we try to sell, you know, for extra income. So, you know, we do the extracts, we do soaps. You know, Mama Mia does the soaps, I do the extracts, or we do the extracts together a lot of times. And she'll do like the hand salves or the lip balms, you know, just all kinds of different stuff that we can sell them. So, you know, we really don't want to go back to work for another company. You know, we don't want to line someone else's pockets with money. That's why we can't wait to move over to our homestead in Alabama. In Alabama, not a far drive from us, there's a place called Collinsville where they have this flea market. It's called Collinsville Trade Days. And let me tell you, people in Mississippi, Louisiana, Georgia, and some parts of Florida and North Carolina all know about this flea market. That's how big this thing is. They have everything there from produce, antiques, to livestock and plants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Put the rest in. It's not gonna hurt it. So that's, you know, I saw a guy the other day that actually took used motor oil, added gasoline to it, and made his own diesel. I'm like, that's brilliant. He actually told people how to do it. He takes in and puts 50 gallons of motor oil, used motor oil, into a 55-gallon drum. And then I think he added 5 gallons of conventional gas, you know, the stuff without the water, to it and mix it up. And then he had his own diesel. To me, that was just brilliant. Checking on the chili.
Eating on the seeds.
Kenapa?
Eating the seeds.
Chili's looking good, so Mama Mina's probably going to be eating here shortly. We're just going to get the rest of the ingredients together for the peach cobbler.
What do you need?
So we need... Look at my recipe card here. Okay, you're going to need some white sugar. Use the raw sugar. We've actually switched from the white sugar over to the raw sugar. We still have some white sugar left, and we're going to finish that off, but we're not going to go back to white sugar anymore. We're trying to get away from all the refined or enriched products. This coming month, I'm actually going to be ordering some wheat berries so we can mill our own flour. So,
How much?
so you're going to need 2 tablespoons of sugar in that and mix it up.
2 tablespoons?
2 tablespoons, and then you're going to need a cup of sugar for the dough mix on top. So yeah, you know, huh? A cup. Two tablespoons on the peaches, and then you're going to need a bowl. Let me get a bowl out. Look, see how much flour you need.
Just mix it quick.
The sugar, yeah, just mix it up.
Wait. Nalaglag. Ay!
And you know what, Quantum? That's awesome. That's exactly what we're doing with our homestead. We've already got a 14 by 40 barn shed over there. And we're hoping by the end of this year to sell this place, because this is 2,200 square feet and there's 3 of us. Well, he's getting ready to leave because he's already finished high school. So then it's just going to be 2 of us. We don't need this. I love having this big, huge kitchen, but we don't need it. So we're doing the same thing. You know, we got a place out in the hills in Alabama, and we're going to build out the barn shed to be our house. And just going to live life and enjoy it. You know, when we get out there, we'll be completely debt free. The only debt we have right now is just a Jeep Renegade we're paying off. But yeah, we're doing the same thing. I mean, just like you said, the stuff you required for 40 years. I mean, I'm actually pretty lucky because when I decided I didn't want to wait for Mom and his visa to be approved to come here anymore, and I moved to the Philippines, I had said I'm done and took everything I had. I had 2 storage units. Took everything and donated it to the Military Order of the Purple Heart. Donated everything. So when I came back here to take care of my mom, and then she passed, and then Mina and our son Mark came here, it makes us big enough. I don't know how much flour you need.
Where's the flour?
We basically had to start over. We had nothing. So, can you show you?
Where's the flour?
Can I show you?
1 cup.
1 cup flour?
1 cup of this, 1 cup of flour.
Okay. Yeah, that's not 1 cup yet, though. That's not 1 cup yet.
Yeah, 1 cup.
There you go. So now, Colin, let me ask you, how was it? How is it with you being out in the woods in a tiny house? Is it that bad? Is it something that you enjoy? Anything that you miss? Do you have any regrets about it? Because I know when I moved to the Philippines, we had a 50 square meter
Yeah.
condo when I first moved there, and I think that was like 500 square feet, if not mistaken, and it was 2 bedroom, 1 bath, very small kitchen, small dining room, small living room. But
Small
we did,
bedroom.
huh?
Even the bedroom.
Even the bedrooms were small. If you actually took the tub and the closet out of and the toilet and vanity out of our front bathroom in this house, the bedrooms were just a little bit bigger than that. That's how small they were. But we enjoyed it. You know, you learn how to live small. You learn how to live tiny. And that's why with us wanting to go to a 14 by 40 barn shed, we're looking forward to it. We don't want to have all this stuff. The only thing we want to have is a place to store all of our preps, all of our food and stuff like that.
Cinnamon. Bacon powder, right?
Yeah, I think it says baking powder. I mean, even a sweet tea, we don't even buy sweet tea anymore. We make our own. So much better. And we know what's in it.
I lost it.
And we use organic, non-GMO black tea for our sweet tea. So, we enjoy it. I know I do.
This. Quarter teaspoon.
So Mama Mia is being gracious and making the peach cobbler for me while I talk to everybody. I'll show you what that looks like right now. So give me a second. There you go. Peach is all in, looking good. She already got 2 tablespoons of sugar on about 4 cups of sliced peaches, all fresh from here in Georgia.
1 teaspoon.
And we got a 1/2 cup of butter melted in a 9 by 13 baking dish. And then in the bowl, she has 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, half teaspoon,
1 teaspoon.
teaspoon,
1 teaspoon.
a teaspoon of baking powder.
And a quarter teaspoon of salt.
Put another 1/4 teaspoon of salt in,
Bakit?
please. Trust me.
And then I need a 1/2 cup of milk.
No regrets. Good.
Milk.
That's awesome, man. See, that's exactly what we want to do. Yeah, I'm going to post a video after this live. I'm going to post a video of a deer we had in the front yard and how that deer decimated 2 of our bird feeders that we had just filled. They're completely empty now. So I think we might put a tray of bird food outside for the deer. This way they can leave the bird feeders alone.
And then after that, you just mix it.
You just put it right on top.
On the top.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you put it in the oven.
Cup of milk.
Oh, that's awesome. And, you know, that's one of the things that we're looking at doing. I know we have 4 neighbors who are somewhat close to us, but not too close. One of them has bees, and then one neighbor behind us has a cattle ranch. So we're looking at doing bees as well and doing the whole honey harvesting thing. So we're hoping to have some of our own fresh honey. But we go through honey, I don't want to say like water, but we'll do like the garlic honey. We use honey in our teas. Mama Mia makes this ginger clove tea, and it is, let me tell you, if you're not feeling well, you drink a cup of this, it's going to make you feel so much better. Fresh ginger, whole cloves, it's delicious.
Something?
Let me see the,
Hot coffee. Hot cup milk. Maybe put some extra.
no, that should be all right. Just spread it across the top. Yeah, that's it.
Uy, nilagay mo na naman yung camera sa akin.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, I'll turn it back around to me. Okay.
Hmm.
Mama Mia gets camera shy sometimes. Yeah, man. And that's the thing. We try to do everything old school. Everything that we're trying to learn, Quam, we're trying to learn old school. You know, we make our own cough medicine, our own toothpaste, our own cleaning products. You know, we basically, even when we move over to our homestead, one of the first things we want to build is an old pioneer style smokehouse. You know, so we want to smoke our own meat, cure our own meat, smoke some fish. This way it'll last a long, long time. So.
Spread.
Just spread out the best you can, that's all. But yeah, we're looking forward to it. We can't wait, to be honest with you. You know, and what I've done is, with the barn shed, we've watched so many people on barn shed, so many videos, sorry, on barn shed conversions. And basically we're trying to take all the best ideas and put them into one. Like, I want to have probably a 10,000 gallon rain catchment system. I feed my squirrels corn all the time. He said, you'll like this, Bob. I feed my squirrels corn all the time, but those damn deer keep eating it. Revenge is coming. Sounds like somebody's gonna have some venison to put in the freezer. Be good for some venison jerky too, I'll tell you what. But that's the same thing I was thinking this morning when I looked outside and saw that deer decimating those bird feeders.
How long? It's still getting cover on.
It's fine. It'll be like the pineapple down cake. It'll spread out.
How long?
You're going to cook this for about 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then why don't you go ahead and eat something. Eat some chili.
Eat some chili.
I'm going to show you all what our chili looks like.
It's gonna spread. I just put like this or you know here?
No, it's fine. It's not going to go anywhere. So there's the chili. Ooh, steaming up a bit there.
25 minutes. What? Like off it.
It's okay. Oh, it's a 285.
I'm gonna remove it first.
Yep. So chili's looking yummy.
What did I do that? Why did I do that?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Quantum. We don't feed the squirrels around here. We don't feed the squirrels around here at all. Simply because I'm tired of those little bastards running across in front of me on the road when I'm trying to drive.
Can't make up a mind.
You know what? We've hit a few. And I told Mina, I said, look, it's just like the commercials for Geico, where they go out, stop in the street, and cause an accident. I think that's what they're exactly trying to do. So I told her I'm not going to try to avoid them anymore. As many of them as there are, no, I'm done.
Don't kill them.
Oh, they're done. Why don't you get Mark and you guys come on and eat some chili? I'll eat in a little bit. Okay? There she is, eating her mango seed. Crazy, sexy mama.
Don't believe it.
Really? Why not?
Not true.
Huh? You're just fattening them up. Hey, you know what? People don't know it, man. But I learned that from Miss Kay and Phil Robinson, rest his soul. Squirrels some good eats. You know, when I was younger in the Navy, I had this guy. His name was Ron Cordell, and he brought us in some what he called roadkill stew one night. And you know, we were pretty good friends. And I asked him, I said, so what all was in that? I said, it was good. It was delicious. I said, a little bit fatty. He said, well, it was the reason for the fat was there was a lot of venison. He said, but he said, the only thing I put in there was venison and squirrel. He said, I hunt squirrel. It's good stuff. And it was delicious. So yeah, you know, Mama Mina knows, comes down to it, if squirrel's all we have to eat, we're eating squirrel. And rabbit. And you know, that's one thing I like about the property over there in the hills we have. Man, we've got deer, we've got bear, snake.
No.
And the only snake I've seen over there are black snake. So I'm not too concerned about snakes, even though I'm sure there's more. But we're looking at having a couple of pigs. Probably going to do 20 meat chickens a year, at least, and then 25 to 30 egg layers. And we're going to look at getting a freeze dryer because I want to freeze dry some eggs. So, hey, why don't you hold off on that with all that noise? Okay. Well, I'm going to go outside for a bit then.
Okay, just bring me.
Okay. So we're going to go outside and see the weather. Let me tell you, today was another crazy day with the weather. They said we were going to get storms, but we didn't get any. Hey, bud. Hey, why don't you go out there with Mama and get some chili? And we had a lot of thunder. But that was it. That's all we got was thunder. Nothing else. So I'm just going to sit here with y'all, talk for a bit. Just a little bit longer. Then I'm going to go in and I'm going to eat some chili. Yeah, they do, you know. And I'm torn. Because like Mama Mina, she wants a couple of shepherds, whether they be German or the Belgian. She wants shepherds. And now granted, our portion of the property over there is only, it's not a high number of acres. It's a low number. So, you know, we got to get everything set up. I got to get a whole new front fence put in. So we want to do raised beds. We're going to do corn straight in the ground. So let me tell you, with the soil over there, Got some really good soil over there. So we're actually really looking forward to planting and getting stuff going over there. I'm probably going to put a shipping container in the ground, reinforce it, of course, mound it over, that we can store all of our food preps in and all of the rest of our preps. And I don't know if you saw it, but I did a video on a portable charging bag. That might be something for you to look at, Quantum, because that'll be good for, like, if you lose power up there and you have no power for days. This charging bank will take care of charging your gadgets, like your cell phone and anything important you might have that needs to be charged, flashlights. It'll take care of it for days. I can tell you that the first time I used this charging bank I made was when we did our one of our lives at our property in Alabama, and we used it for 3 days out there. Never had to charge it. The only time I had to charge it was the night I just... Sorry, y'all, this isn't a busy street, but for some reason we get tractor trailers going down here every now and then. Was the night that I had to use my CPAP machine. So, and I got to figure out something to do for that. I got to find a rechargeable CPAP machine because that charging bank can't handle it. Beautiful out here now. I'll tell you what, man, it's been Africa hot here lately, and next week's supposed to be worse. But all that thunder and rumbling, not a drop of rain today, and that stuff was all around us. Oh, cool! I'm glad you watched it. And the best part about that charging station is, like I said, all you gotta do is change the battery once it's dead, but it's good for 3,000 cycles. And I don't know if you know much about those things, but you use that battery until it's dead and needs to be charged. Then you charge it, and that's one cycle. With rechargeable batteries, they will never recharge back to their full potential. So if you only use 25% of the battery and then charge it, you're actually causing damage to the battery. It's going to get weaker faster. So that's why you let it drain as far down as you can before you recharge it. So, but yeah, I like that little box. I'm glad I made that. Nice. Nice. Now, I don't know about where you are, but where we are over there in the hills, we have a constant breeze. So I'm going to do 400-watt solar panels, but I'm also going to put in wind turbine. This way, when there's no sun, at least my batteries will constantly be charging. And I actually just saw the other day, I'm going to do some research on it. I might be investing in one of these. It was a portable wind turbine generator. One that you could take with you, like camping and stuff like that, which that's crazy. So I'm going to look into those and see how much those are. They probably, since it's new, it's probably going to be like $1,000, $2,000 with these cornholes the way they do things anymore. But yeah, we're definitely looking at wind. We have a well at our property as well. And it's an old well. We've got one on our side, and then the other side, I think they have two. So we're going to be getting those back operational. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put a AC/DC pump on that as well, because we want to try and use that for like our vegetable garden and stuff like that. The rain catchment system we want to do, we're going to try to harvest hopefully 10,000 gallons of water, keep those tanks full, and use that for everything. We're not going to have any plumbing coming into the house. I'm going to try to avoid electricity coming to the house. And I'm not going to do a septic system. I'm either going to do incinerator toilets or composting toilets. I'm not going to have to worry about any of that. So any of the wastewater we have will just be gray water. We won't have to have a septic system. We can just drain it down to a pond if we want to. It's not going to hurt anything, especially since most of the stuff that we use is chemical free that goes down the drain. So who else is here with us? I know it's more than just Quantum. So yeah, we're going to try to do without all the fancy amenities. We're going to look at doing a lot of our furnishings are going to be antique. We're going to do solid wood. I'm probably actually going to use tool cabinets, rolling tool cabinets for our kitchen. Good. That's good. Backup systems are always good. And you know, a lot of stuff that we get that are our backup systems, like I don't know if you saw when I was making the chili, I have one of those countertop butane propane single burner stoves. We'll use that from time to time just to make sure it's still operational. You know, I have a 2-burner outdoor stove that's hooked up to a propane tank. I still have an old charcoal grill. That's all I'm ever going to use. I'm never going to do the propane. To me, it just tastes better with charcoal. But we're going to have a kitchen set up outside with a propane stove hooked up to a propane tank. Inside, we're going to do a wood burning stove with an oven. This way we have that during the winter, but all the summertime meals are going to be cooked outside in the outdoor kitchen. And that's just going to be on the back deck of the house, you know. So it's not going to be anything fancy when we build it out. We're going to do everything we can to make sure it's as energy efficient as possible. I'm going to try to get the most energy efficient split AC system that I can try to run off my solar system. So we're hoping it works out well for us. Because like here, I mean here where we are, the electricity is so outrageously overpriced. And then I found out why. You know, I never worried about how much the electric bill was because I never really had a high electric bill until I got to the Philippines. Here, electric bill was kind of high. I was like, why? So finally this year, just last week, I did some research and found out that they have super off-peak, and then peak hours. And they have it different for weekends, holidays, summertime, and winter. So during super off-peak, they charge you 4.5 cents per. During off-peak, they charge you 8.3 cents. Yeah, man, it's the best way to do it. Why heat up your house during the summer? During the winter, okay, not a bad idea, especially if you're in a cold environment. But during the summer, why are you putting all that heat in your house, making your AC system work harder? We firmly believe in cooking outdoors. But off-peak was 8.3 cents, and then peak hours, they're charging 33.7 cents per. And I was like, well, no wonder it's so dang high. So we're actually trying to function right now to where Laundry is done during at least off peak. Um, AC is used as much during off peak as possible. We try not to use it during the peak hours, even though sometimes it's hard because of the heat. But I just replaced all the screens on all the windows in the house. We got like 22 dang windows on this damn house. I can't wait to be done with that. So we open up all the windows and it stays comfortable. But sometimes, even with that, we get a rainstorm early afternoon and that roof gets wet. And then the sun comes back out on a hot day. You get a steam bath inside that house. So that's just some of the stuff that we're looking at, especially for when we do our barn shed. Now, how big, how tiny of a place do you have, Quantum? Anyone else in here? Come on, join us. Come on, say hi. That's awesome. That's not bad at all. I can tell you my last month electric bill was 160 during the winter. You know, we had some really cold weather this past winter. There was, I forget which month it was, but it was the coldest month. Our electric bill, and we hadn't used the fireplace, which was our mistake. See, 600 square feet, that's perfect. Now, is it just you, or is it you, your wife? I mean, how many of you are there in there? Anyway, during the winter, during the coldest time, um, our highest bill was like $380. Oh, that's right, you did. You did. I remember that now. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and look at it. But is it just you or you and your wife? Because our place is 14 by 40, and I think that is right around 600 square feet, 640 square feet, maybe. No, it's like 560 to 600 square feet. Yeah. So it's about the same size. And that's plenty big for two people. I mean, I'll tell you what, it's been so dang hot here, I don't even want to go outside and cut the dang lawn. That's another reason why I can't wait to move over to the hills. Leave all the trees and just have as little lawn as possible. I got better things to do with my time. Oh, nice. What did she teach, if you don't mind me asking? Okay. So but she's there with you now? And being there alone that whole year, man, I bet that was hard. Trust me, I know what that's like. So education, nice. Very cool. Very cool. That is one thing I will say about the grocery store I worked for. They hired a lot of special needs folks. You know, especially the bag boys, stuff like that. They gave them a chance. Um, some of them were really quite good. You know, they took guidance. They learned from me. You know, and I actually learned from them as well too. So it was a nice experience. That's really the only thing they did that I liked though. No, you know what? That job is not for anybody. Now, Mina, she could do it too. You know, she's the church we go to. They have a huge special needs chapel part section of the church, and they're always looking for people to help out with the special needs. Mama Mina really wants to, but you know, we are 45 minutes to an hour away, and they have three services. You know, 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and then 12:45 p.m. So that's the one thing that's holding her back. She's not really sure if she wants to be there that long. She wants to help, but I don't know if they do the special needs for all three services. So that's something she's going to do some research on. Well, good. I'm glad she's there with you, man. I trust me. I know the struggles with being there by yourself. I mean, not just for you, but for her as well. You know, she had work, but sometimes it can be you have to do sanity checks on yourself when you are by yourself. You know, it's difficult when you're by yourself. Yeah, after my mom died, and I was in the house by myself. After mom died, it was like no one even cared. No one came over anymore. You know, I was by myself. The only thing I had was mom's freaking cat, and that thing drove me freaking bat poop crazy. But just there were, I'll tell you, with me, there were bouts of depression. Um, that it was a struggle for me, and I'll tell you, Mina was the only woman in my life I've ever been that way with, to where it was hard for me to be away from. My first two wives, my family. To be honest with you, when I left from the military, it didn't affect me. But every time I've left her and been on my own, that has been probably the most. Everything I've been through, everything I've seen, that's probably the most difficult time of my life. But I'm glad you two are together now. So is she as excited for the tiny house as you? I imagine she is. You know, not put up with all the people anymore. You can really focus on some alone time with the two of you. I mean, I don't know what you two are like, but like me and Mama Mina, I mean, she's in her mid 50s now, and I'm 60. But there's a lot of times where we both act like dang 12-year-olds, man. We have a lot of fun. We laugh a lot. We always have a good time. So, 2.5 years. Wow, that's awesome. Good thing for me is one of my neighbors. They have 19 acres next to us, and they're also like-minded people. I mean, you would enjoy them as well. They, it's three brothers, one brother and his wife, and then their mom live on the property. And one of the brothers is actually a carpenter, and he's ready to start building that place out now. And I told him what I want to do with the place, and he told me, if you've got the budget, we can have it done in a matter of 3 months. And once we sell this house, it will definitely be in the budget, because like I said, we're going to be debt free. So we're both looking forward to it, both excited. Amen to that, brother. You got that right. Definitely makes you stronger. It wasn't easy, though. I know that. It's just like my health right now. My health isn't bad, but the thing is, the day before I moved to the Philippines back in 2010, I was donating the last of my stuff to Purple Heart. There were still a few things I wanted, and something was in a box under another box, and that box was heavy. As soon as I picked it up, I felt a pop in my groin. I knew I got a hernia. Well, back then, I was working out 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as soon as I felt the pop, I knew it was a hernia, and I was leaving to go to the Philippines like 10 hours later. So I said, well, I'll just deal with it. So I moved to the Philippines, continued to work out, and probably after about a year, I realized, I got to stop working out. The hernia is starting to it's starting to grow. So I stopped. And then when I came back to take care of Mom, with having to pick her up out of bed and put her on the commode and everything, the hernia got bigger. So after Mom passed, I was finally able to have surgery on it. But by this time, the hernia was probably the size of an eggplant. Okay. So I had the surgery, and everything was fine. Just about 2 years ago, my son was having a birthday party at the house here, and I was out back cleaning up the fire pit area, getting it ready for him. And with me being blind in my left eye, I turned and didn't realize the wheelbarrow was on my left side, and one of the pointy handles jabbed me right where the incision was for my hernia. I felt a pinch. Within a couple, 2-3 days, my right testicle started swelling. So the doctor said what ended up happening was I blew a hydrocele. So I had surgery, but before I had surgery, my right testicle swelled up about the size of a cantaloupe. Had the surgery, and after the surgery, probably 3 months later, it started swelling again. So I've been to CAT scans, MRIs, all kinds of stuff, doctor after doctor after doctor, and they're all telling me it's not a hernia, it's a hydrocele. So now I'm getting ready to have surgery again, and the doctor wanted me to wait until September. I'm like, Doc, look, I can't do this much longer. I said, I've got something the size of a cantaloupe hanging between my legs, and it's not really comfortable. So they bumped it up to the middle of August. So now August I go back to have surgery again. So this could be the third surgery I've had on this situation in less than a year. eyes aren't that good. It's starting to get dark here. Debt free. I never thought I would ever hear that, but I made it happen. I'll tell you what, man. And look, once you went debt free, the amount of weight lifted off your shoulders, just that feeling. It's an overwhelming feeling. We've already done it once, and once this Renegade's paid off, we're not doing it again because we know what it feels like to be debt free. So, I mean, it's an amazing feeling. And even going debt free wasn't easy. We scrimped and saved every penny we had, put extra money towards principal of loans, all kinds of stuff, and made sure we got debt free. And once we did, we didn't want to go into debt again, but it's time for our son to get his license, and he's going to have his own vehicle. He likes the Renegade, but now he wants a Bronco. Renegade's not good enough anymore, so he doesn't know. He's getting that Bronco on his own. He either takes the Renegade or nothing from us.